Though nihilism has been relentlessly criticized for overemphasizing the dark side of human experience, it might be equally true that this overemphasis represents a needed counterbalance to shallow optimism and arrogant confidence in human power. Nihilism reminds us that we are not gods, and that despite all of the accomplishments and wonders of civilization, humans cannot alter the fact that they possess only a finite amount of mastery and control over their own destinies.
He sewed his eyes shut because he is afraid to see. He tries to tell me what I put inside of me. He got the answers to ease my curiosity. He dreamed a god up and called it Christianity. He flexed his muscles to keep his flock of sheep in line. He made a virus that would kill off all the swine. His perfect kingdom of killing, suffering, and pain demands devotion, atrocities done in his name. God is dead, and no one cares. If there is a hell, I'll see you there.
It's come at last, she thought. The time when you can no longer stand between your children and heartache. When there wasn't enough food in the house, you pretended that you weren't hungry, so they could have more. In the cold of a winter's night, you got up and put your blanket on their bed so they wouldn't be cold. You'd kill anyone who tried to harm them. I tried my best to kill that man in the hallway. Then one sunny day, they walk out in all innocence, and they walk right into the grief that you'd give your life to spare them from.
Our lives are so brief and unimportant. The cosmos cares nothing for us, for what we've done. Had we wrought evil instead of good? Had I chosen to abuse the apple instead of seal it away? None of it would have mattered. There is no counting, no reckoning, no final judgment. There is simply silence and darkness, utter and absolute.
Sit still with me in the shade of these green trees, which have no weightier thought than the withering of their leaves when autumn arrives, or the stretching of their many stiff fingers into the cold sky of the passing winter. Sit still with me and meditate on how useless effort is, how alien the will, and on how our very meditation is no more useful than effort, and no more our own than the will. Meditate too on how a life that wants nothing can have no weight in the flux of things, but a life that wants everything can likewise have no weight in the flux of things, since it cannot obtain everything, and to obtain less than everything is not worthy of souls that seek the truth.
I see in the Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. I see all this potential and I see squandering. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of the history man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. We've been all raised by television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars. But we won't, and we're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off.